friends, welcome. It's Miss Kate. I am back for another day of art date with Miss Kate, and I am so glad you're back too. If you're new, welcome. We always love having more friends join us, and if you've been coming, I'm so glad you're back. We've been having a blast this week for art date with Miss Kate. We have been doing Space Week. It has been one of my favorite weeks by far, simply because I love space and I love art. So if I can do space and I can do art, oh, my heart is in heaven. And you guys have been sending in some amazing artwork, so keep doing it. It's looking great, and we're learning too, which is super cool. So what are we doing today? Well, today's gonna be our last day for Space Week. Don't worry, next week's already planned. But I figured we kind of went on a trip. We went on a trip to outer space. We learned about astronauts, and we learned about rocket ships, and we even met an alien creature. We went on a spacewalk. But if we were to go on a trip normally, we might bring something back with us, something to remind us of our trip that we can always look at and be like, oh, that was such a good time. So I thought, what if we created galaxy jars? We'll bring back a little bit of space with us. Does that sound good? Cool, I'm excited. But I thought, let's make this a special art galaxy jar. And let's talk about colors for a second. We talked about warm and cool colors with our alien. And if you did the rainforest project with the birds, the macaws, we talked about primary and secondary. There's another set way that we can talk about colors, and we call them complementary. It's a really fancy word. It means opposites on the color wheel. So if you look at the color wheel, it goes red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. The colors that are across from each other, red and green, orange and blue, yellow and purple, those are complementary. They're across each other on the color wheel. Well, why are they special? Like, that's cool, they got a nice spot on the color wheel, but what does that mean for anything else? Well, there's some science behind it. Woo! I love science. So what happens is when you mix those two colors together, they kind of cancel each other out. So if you mix yellow and you mix purple, you kind of get like bleh. If you mix blue and you mix orange, you kind of get like bleh. It's a neutral color. Might be like a grayish, brownish, dark color that is just meh. That's one thing that's kind of cool about these. The other thing though happens in our eyes. Are you ready for this? So our eyes, when they see, for example, red, after a while, they kind of get tired of seeing red. It'd be like eating macaroni and cheese every single day for every single meal for the rest of your life. Your taste buds are kind of like, okay, enough already. I want a piece of pie. Well, your eye kind of says, enough with this red. I'm tired of seeing it. Please show me something new. If you were to take, say, a red paper and stare at it for 2 or 3 minutes, and then you went and looked at a white wall, guess what color you'll see? A faint image of the complementary color of red, green. That's wild. What happened is the receptors in the back of your eye, they said, I can't deal with this red, I'm shutting off. So when it turned, it kind of was like, a breath of green. It wasn't really there, but it got tired of telling you red is there. So that's so cool. So when we put these two colors together, say red next to green, our eye is in heaven. It says, how beautiful, it's every single color I wanted to see. Or if we put purple with yellow, our eye says, so beautiful, it's every single color I wanted to see. Or blue with orange, so beautiful, it's every single color I wanted to see. That's crazy cool. So part of why complementary colors are so impactful in our artwork is because our eyes love how they look together. They're bold next to each other and they're opposites. But when put together in our eye, it gets like those little heart eyes, like that little emoji right there. It says, oh. So I thought, what if our galaxy jars had a galaxy of complementary orange and blue, and then a galaxy of complementary red and green, and then a galaxy of complementary yellow and purple? Wouldn't that be just lovely? Not only would it be a reminder of our awesome trip to space, but our eyes would love seeing it too. So that's what we're gonna make. What you're gonna need is just a piece of white paper, a little heavier than copy paper, because we're gonna use some paint or watercolors. So if you have watercolors, that's good. If you don't worry. If you have washable markers, those work too. You need some crayons, white especially, and I think that's about it. Oh, paintbrush, obviously. And yeah, some water. So grab your supplies. Oh, yes, Spencer.
Oh, just woke from my cat nap, saying hi. Meow.
Okay, hi from Spencer. I forgot to include him earlier. So grab your supplies. I'll get my table ready, and I'll see you over there in 2 snaps of a finger click. All right, artists, so here we are. I'm gonna show you the color wheel up close for just a couple seconds here before we jump into our project. But I will attach this in the information below if you'd like a copy of it. But we've got red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. I love color wheels. My kiddos in the classroom know how much I love color wheels because the color wheel has all the answers for us. You don't have to memorize it, it's just there. It goes primary, secondary, primary, secondary, primary, secondary. Remember, that's a pattern. It also goes warm, 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 cool, cool, cool. So half is the warm colors, half are the cool colors. It also shows us though where our complementary colors are, the ones that are across from each other. Every set of complementary colors, this is really cool. Another fun fact is one primary color and one secondary color. Check it out. Primary, secondary, primary, secondary, primary, secondary. The other cool fact about it is they're also one warm color and one cool color. Warm, cool, warm, cool, warm, cool. Just blows your mind. So complementary colors are amazing. I will, again, like I said, leave this down below if you want a copy. But let's get arting. That's the best part. So here is our project. Where is it? Somewhere here. We're gonna make some galaxy jars. I've got my primaries in the back, blue, yellow, red, and inside is the complement of that color. So blue and orange, green and red, purple and yellow. We're gonna do a resist. By using our crayons, we're gonna be able to paint right on top of them because crayons have oil in them. Oil does not like water. They're like arch enemies, but when we use them in art, they make a cool artwork. So go ahead and get your white paper and a pencil to draw. If you outline today with black, like as you can see, I have the black outline, do not use washable marker. You need to either use a Sharpie or like an Expo marker or a pen or just a dark black crayon. Otherwise, the watercolor will make the black spread all over your paper. Okay, here we go. Miss Kate is jibber jabbering away. Let's go ahead and draw our 3 bottles. So I'll leave this here so you can see the bottles. I think that'll fit in the picture. Okay, so we'll draw our first jar. Now I'm gonna draw mine in a different spot. That way you can see a couple different ways to do it. You can put yours right in the front, but let's do some different jars to keep just, who knows, maybe one part of the galaxy needed to be in a little bit different container. And it looks pretty on your shelf then. So we're gonna start with this jar. Let's start at the top and we'll do a straight line horizontal. This will be the little cork because we don't want the galaxy flying out. We'll do 2 small lines going down. You got it? Good. Now, let's put the little edge. It's kind of like a worm. That kind of looks like a little hat too. And now we'll draw the bottle part. So you're going to do 2 straight lines down, not too long. And this is where it's a little tricky, so watch first maybe. You're going to go out and then curve down. See that? I'll do it on this side now. Out and then curve down. If you notice, my jar is by no means perfecto. It's a little crooked, but it's okay. It's art. Even this one's a little lopsided, but it's gonna hold my galaxy just fine. Once you do that, we're gonna put a line on the bottom. I'm gonna curve it just a little bit, so that way it looks like it's 3-dimensional and not just a flat drawing. You got it? Good. Now let's go ahead and we'll do this funky one with a circular shape. I'm gonna make it start a little bit higher up. I'll do again with the stopper, I'm gonna do a straight line, horizontal. Let's draw 2 little lines going down. And if you want, you can turn your paper on the side, and we're gonna put in the letter C, a capital C, a big one. You got it? Good. Okay, I'm gonna scooch mine down just a bit, and then we'll draw the long neck of the bottle. 2 straight lines that are going vertical, top to bottom. And now some fit in whatever space amount you have, something roundish. It doesn't have to be perfectly round. Mine's definitely not a perfect circle. And I see mine's probably gonna hit part of the edge of the paper. And that can be your bottle, the bottom of your bottle. Okay, let's get in one last bottle. I'm gonna make mine this kind of tall, skinny one. We'll start at the top again. Now, if you're liking these 2 and you're thinking, I don't really like that one, Miss Kate, it's kind of ugly, or I wouldn't put that on my shelf, but I do like this, you could do another one just the same, or you could do another one like that. Or if you have an idea for a bottle, create your own. That's fine too. I love when you guys are your own creative artists over there as well. This is just me kind of giving you some guidance and ideas. You're the master artist though. So I'll demonstrate this, but if you've got an idea, go for it. I'm gonna again start at the top with the stopper, a straight line horizontal. Do the 2 sides down. We'll add in that edge that looks kind of like a snail with a hat on. Okay, we're gonna keep going. I'll do 2 straight little lines. And now this one is similar to this, it's just not as wide. So I'm gonna curve out and then go straight down. And I'll do it on this side. I'll curve out and go straight down. Remember, it might not be perfect, and that's okay. Art is meant to just be expression and fun and enjoyment. Let's go ahead and we're gonna add our horizon line, that horizontal line that separates the sky from the ground or the wall from the table, okay? I can't really fit it on this side, and it goes behind the bottle, so you wouldn't see it, but I can put a little bit here, and then I'll put a little bit here, and a little bit here. So now they're not just floating around, they're actually on my shelf. If you have a shelf in your room, maybe there is something behind it. I don't know. I don't have a lot of shelves in my room because I'm always afraid they're gonna fall down. But maybe I also on my shelf have a little vase that might have just like one little flower in it. I love flowers. Little story. I can't keep too many real flowers in the house because guess who eats them? Spencer, silly thing, eats all of the flowers. So you can add something if you'd like. Let's add a few things into our galaxy jar. Remember, I said if you use a washable marker, it's gonna bleed, but with our permanent markers or our expos, or if you've got, I don't know where my black crayon is, a black crayon, that works too. I'll put some of these again. So in one bottle, let's put some shapes. So how about we do one filled with circles? Any one, doesn't matter. We'll put some circles. Those might be some little like shooting stars, or maybe we captured some stardust that was flying by. And then maybe in another jar, we have some little tails left over from comets. And again, I'm just giving ideas. If you have an idea that you want to put in, maybe you captured a little green alien, put that in one of your jars. These are things that we would have wanted to bring back with us to remind us of our awesome trip to space. And I'm gonna put, maybe I'll have brought home a little piece of a planet, you know, like a piece of planet dust, but I'll put a regular sized planet just so I remember that's what I took. So I took a little bit of some Saturn home. Oops, I kind of, Miss Kate, what are you doing? You're talking and drawing and it made the funny shape. Well, you know what? That's a little mistake, but I'm gonna pretend I did on purpose. I'm just gonna put more funny shapes in there. All right, so we've got that done. Now, this is where the fun part comes. Well, that was fun, but this is even more fun. I've got my colors. I have red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and white. What I want you to do is fill in your galaxy jar all the way to the right with red. If you have some designs in there, fill them in with red. The galaxy jar all the way to the right with red. Remember, red is primary. Red is also warm. After you finish the red, take your white crayon and you're going to add, you won't be able to really see it on the white paper, but if you add little star spots, or you can color in circles. I know you can't see it, I can't see it either. When we go to use our watercolors, they're gonna magically appear, okay? I might put some on here just so that stays. All right, I don't even know where I drew stuff now. Okay, now we've done our red. Let's do another primary. We'll do yellow. Remember, yellow's primary and warm. And let's put some yellow in here. How about, I did these stars in black. I'm gonna do some of those in yellow too. So in your next jar, go ahead and use yellow to fill it in. If you've got shapes, fill those in with yellow. If you have a design, fill that in with yellow. Okay, and again, if you want to take your white and hide some stuff that you can't see right now, go ahead and do that. I know we can't see it, so it's so weird. Probably looks like Miss Kate just crazy putting motions on her paper, but when we paint, you'll see it. It's super cool. All right, in the last jar, we already did red, which was primary. We did yellow, which was primary. We're gonna go now with blue. It's our other primary. Blue is cool. It's not a warm color, it's a cool color. And go ahead and any spaces that need to be filled in, fill them in with your blue. Got it? Remember too, any point during the video, if I'm going too fast, just pause it. When you push play, we'll be right there waiting for you to join us. It's hard for me to know how quickly y'all are coloring because I can't see the picture at the same time. Then after you've done your blue, take your white again. This is like our magic tool. And you can fill in areas with some white. So when we paint, they're gonna pop out magically. I'm gonna put some more little stars because they're kind of easy to draw. All right. And last little thing is if you want to color in your stoppers. I'm going to color those a brownish color because I have a set of stopper bottles like this in my art room. So you can do that. They don't have to be brown though. If you want them to be rainbow colored, you could do that. They could be polka dotted, they could be striped. Anything goes. Okay. Now let's get some water. I have my recycled rice container here. I'm gonna move this out of the way. I have my paintbrush right here. And I am going to show you 2 ways to do this in case you don't have watercolors or in case you don't have washable markers. So we're going to only be using the secondary colors. We already used our primaries and we talked about opposite colors, the complementaries. To have complementary colors, you have 1 primary and 1 secondary. So, does anyone remember what the opposite color of red was? I'll pull this back, you can take a peek. What's the complement of red? Good, it's green. Red is across from green. So that means this bottle is going to be painted or filled in green. So you can do it by, if you have a washable marker, you rub it along the edge. And then you take your paintbrush and that will end up kind of melting into it. But if you notice, the areas I put my crayon, my white crayon, are magically popping through. So not only are we artists and space travelers, we're like magicians now because water and oil, or the crayons, don't mix. So if you've got washable marker, go ahead and use that to do the green. If you have watercolor, it would work the same way. This one will be green and red. What was the opposite of yellow? Nice, purple. Remember, opposites are across from each other, complementary. So this jar, which already has the yellow in it, we're gonna do purple. So if you have watercolor, I'll show you how that works. Same exact way. The water and the crayon don't mix. Look, there's a surprise one. There's another. This is so fun. This is one of my favorite things to do because I forget where I put all the white ones. All right. Okay. How you guys doing? Good? This is fun, right? I love doing the crayon resist. And last one, we had red and green, yellow and purple. What's blue's complement? You bet, orange. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'll do the marker one more time so everyone can see how that works. You lay it sort of on its side. And you rub it down. You can go around the whole outside if you'd like. You don't have to just do one edge. It'll just give you a little extra marker juice to work with. And then you take your water, not too much, just enough to spread it, and you start painting away, finding all those places where you hid your little designs with your white crayon. If your brush runs out of water, just dip it in, get a little more. And voila, we have our galaxy jars ready to take home. So you can spend the rest of the time it takes you to design your background. My background I just made like a darkish wall. I put a little bit of black and purple. The bottom was green and some black. Anything you want goes. I am going to flip this around to give you a send off and to tell you a little bit about next week's surprise. Okay, friends, what a blast. This week has been so much fun. We started with astronauts, we ended with galaxy jars, and we learned all this wildly cool stuff about colors. I don't know if I ever imagined being able to share that much awesomeness with you guys, but I guess I should have because you're all awesome. So take the rest of the time it takes you to finish your galaxy jars. If you want to make more, go for it. You can always add stuff to it. If you've got glitter and it's okay by your parents or whoever else is home, you can add some glitter into the artwork. I don't have any here because if Spencer gets in it, it gets all over the house. But I would love to see if you add any extras to it. So what's up for next week? Well, we are going to do fairy tales and make-believe. We're going to look at a couple fairy tales. We're going to talk about some magic and mystics that happen in them. I've got some castle ideas, some king and queens. We're going to even include some puppies and kitties in this one. All sorts of fun. So I will share some more information about that in the next day or so. Keep your eyes out. If you are interested, always now you can check PeaceLoveArt.online. Everything is there. All of the videos, all of the handouts, even a page now for doodle stuff. So again, it's PeaceLoveArt.online. I would love for you to be able to know that you can find everything in one stop. So that might be easier. But yeah, have a lovely rest of the day. I'm gonna start getting projects ready for next week. I can't wait. And yeah, get outside, get some fresh air, be kind, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye.